Hi, my name is Bob Hill, and I'm the president of the Church of Scientology, Mission of Riverdale, at 308 Broadview Avenue in Toronto. Today, for this Sunday service, we're going to take up something, and it's called the Code of Honor. This code was written by L. Ron Hubbard on the 26th of November, 1954. Now, the Code of Honor, the word honor itself simply means that you're showing that you are doing things which require or give you some respect, that you are upholding some sense of integrity and treating people decently, and you're treating yourself decently. So in a nutshell, that's what the Code of Honor does. Now, the Code of Honor itself is not a code that you can enforce. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is you have to do this on your own decision and follow this code because you consider it to be what's called an ethical code. And ethics are things you do for yourself for the different areas in life that you survive in. And to the degree that you are improving survival, it's considered ethical. So the Code of Honor itself is an ethical code. Again, you can't enforce this, you can't make people do it, but certainly if you follow it yourself, you may find that you lead a better life and you have some honor. You're showing that you have decency, you have a high regard for others and yourself, and you stick to your own principles. So here we go, the Code of Honor. Step number 1. Never desert a comrade in need, in danger, or in trouble. So how could you apply that? Well, let's look at it. You have someone who's close to you, a friend, someone you're working with, and you desire to be around that person. Well, don't desert them if they get into trouble. And don't desert them even if it means that, it might be a bit dangerous for you. Try and back up that person up if it's the right thing. All right? Very good. Number 2, never withdraw allegiance once granted. If you say you're going to do something, then you go on ahead and go through with it. Don't back off. Once you say, I'm in, you're in. Number 3, never desert a group to which you owe your support. That's pretty straightforward. If the group is an ethical group and it's forwarding survival, then of course, never desert that group. You owe that group your support on the simple fact that it's improving survival. Number 4, never disparage yourself or minimize your strength or power. So what the heck does that mean? Never disparage yourself or minimize my strength or power. It's very simple. Don't put yourself down. Don't go around being the victim. Oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not strong enough. I'm not capable enough. I'm not decent enough. You're disparaging yourself. Don't do that. So if you find yourself doing that, then pull up your bootstraps and stop trying to convince yourself that you're a victim. All right? Number 5, never need praise, approval, or sympathy. Very simple. You do something good, you know it's good, you did the right thing. Don't desire to have praise for it. Don't desire to have approval for it. Or in the case that something doesn't go well for you, if you're running around looking for sympathy or looking for handouts or something, don't do that. That's not going to help you. Number 6, never compromise with your own reality. You see something, you observe it to be true, well, don't back off. If it's true, it's true. Doesn't mean you have to go around shouting and screaming at people, but if you have a reality, you have a reality. Stick with it. Sometimes you have to keep your own counsel to yourself, but stick with that. Number 7, never permit your affinity to be alloyed. Geez, what the heck does that mean? Well, you have a certain degree of affinity. Don't allow that affinity to be turned into something else other than what it truly is, and use it to forward and better a condition. You'll see sometimes that people will have an affinity or an apparent affinity, and that affinity is alloyed, and they use it to achieve certain ends, which is incorrect. We all have affinity natively. Use it, be who you are, and you'll find you'll do just fine. Number 8, do not give or receive communication unless you yourself desire it. Well, you know the old story there. You don't want to have a communication on some certain thing, but you go, oh God, I'm going to do it anyways. And then you walk around and you feel like you're in regret. Well, don't give or receive communication unless you yourself desire it. That's how it should be. And if you want to live well, apply that. Number 9, your self-determinism and your honor are more important than your immediate life. That's not a very subtle statement, is it? With that one, your self-determinism, your honor are more important than your immediate life. Think that one over, and you'll find that if you operate with that, A, you won't be put in danger physically or anything, but also you'll gain more respect from other people because your honor is more important to you. Number 10, your integrity to yourself is more important than your body. Another one. It's a big one to swallow, isn't it? So what does that mean? Well, integrity is knowing what you know and seeing what you see. So that's more important than your immediate body. So somebody says, you got to do this or else you're going to die or we're all going to die. Well, your integrity to yourself is more important than that. So hang on to that. See, look, see what you see, and you'll find 99.9999% of the time there will be no threats to your body. But at least you'll have the certainty of self, which is very important. Number 11, never regret yesterday. Life is in you today, and you make your tomorrow. Another one which is interesting to look at. Never regret yesterday. So you did something wrong 2 days ago. So what are you going to do? Hang up on that? No. You just move along. Okay, maybe I didn't do the right thing there. Well, I'm going to live today, and I'm going to create tomorrow. And if you do that, you won't get stuck. You won't get hung up. I'm not recommending that you go out and do things that are non-optimum just so you can find out if you can pull out of it. I am recommending that if you put life in you today and you make your tomorrow, the chances of you doing things that you'll regret are greatly diminished. Number 12, never fear to hurt another in a just cause. So you see a bully at work, or you see somebody doing something that is really silly and stupid. Well, you step in, you intervene, say, hey, knock that off. And they say, well, you can't talk to me like that. I find that very upsetting. Say, well, I can't let you bully people anymore. Straightforward. Number 13, don't desire to be liked or admired. Another one which is interesting. If you walk around always having to be liked or admired, you'll find that you'll spend your whole life pandering to other people's viewpoints, and you don't want to do that. You want to have your own view. You want to be who you are. Whether you're liked or admired, well, who you are is who you are. Now again, I'll go back to it. If you're operating like that and you're functioning like that and you're being yourself and you're not desiring to be liked or admired, you'll be liked or admired more than anyone else anyways. It's interesting. Number 14, be your own advisor, keep your own counsel, and select your own decisions. So what does that mean? Again, we're dealing with an ethical code. Ethics means looking at things and doing what is the greatest good. So be your own advisor. Look at something. Is it ethical? Is it going to increase survival? Advise yourself. Don't take someone else's word for it. Keep your own counsel. So you see something might not be correct, you don't like it, you don't have to get loud, boisterous, and blow up things over it. You can just keep your own counsel and do what you need to do to survive and select your own decisions. If someone is saying to you, or some group or the media is pumping into you incorrect viewpoints and trying to get you to make decisions on how to live, step back, look at things, and make your own decisions. And number 15, be true to your own goals. Straightforward. Your goals, which you will find if you have these other points in, are ethical. They may be to lead a better life, to get married, have children. They may be to, boy, I just want to be a decent person and have a good job and have a good life. Well, be true to your own goals. Some of you may have star-high goals. If those goals are ethical and they're forwarding the greater survival for the greater number of areas in life, then they're good goals. If those goals are destructive and harmful, well, I advise you step back and take a look at them. Because being true to your own goals, you as a being are basically good. Therefore, your goals would be basically good. Things that are not correct would not necessarily be coming from you. So, be true to your own goals. You got it? That's the code of honor. So if you want to maintain a high degree of integrity, if you want to hold on to who you are and be yourself, then follow the code of honor. You'll have a better life. You'll live stronger, you'll be healthier, and you'll get the things that you want. That's it for today's sermon. I'm going to abbreviate it with this. You can get a copy of this. It was written by L. Ron Hubbard. There's a book called Scientology 0 to 8, and that book has the code of honor in it. You can get that book by following the directions on the screen today that you'll be shown at the end of my sermon. Thank you for coming out, and we'll see you next week.